I'm gonna be honest right now. Starbucks, please don't sue me. I love you guys.
I got fake people showing fake love.
Hey guys, it's Kayla, and today I think you know what I'm doing by the title of this video. But what I do want to say is a little disclaimer right now. All I'm saying right now in this video is stuff that happened at my 2 locations I worked at and stuff that I saw personally with my own eyes. I don't know if this happens at every Starbucks. This could be just a Me Too stores thing. Also, I just want to say this could happen anywhere, I guess. And Starbucks is a great company. Being a customer at Starbucks is amazing, okay? Starbucks is a great experience. Anyway, but behind the scenes is a totally different story, so let's get into this, okay? One of the first things I want to talk about when I talk about Starbucks, I have literally seen employees drop customers' food on the ground, not give a fuck, pick it back up, put it in a bag, and hand it right to the customer because they pissed them off. I'm not even joking, okay? My employees, maybe it's just my employees, okay? Maybe it's just, I have in mind, keep in mind, I have worked at 2 stores. I transferred between 2 stores, so it was at both of these places that these things did. I had a lot of coworkers that would easily get really angry with the customers. And I don't think it was, sometimes it wasn't even the customer's fault. Sometimes they were just employees were having a bad day and they took it out on the customers, but sometimes a lot of the time it was the customer's fault. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but everybody who comes into Starbucks, not everybody, a lot of people, coffee is their crack. And they need their crack to get through the day. I had a coworker who gave me the best quote in the world, and he was like, I used to be a bartender, okay? And he's like, when I was a bartender, it wasn't this bad. You give people, you mess up on someone's alcoholic drink, you give them more booze, they're fine. You mess up on someone's coffee, you just ruined their day. Like, they cannot move on. And it is so true. I'm working there. I definitely did have to leave because it is so stressful. But anyway, let's go back. So they will literally pick up the food and from the ground, and they don't even care, and they'll just give it to them because they're mad. They're angry. I mean, I guess that's the equivalent to waiters and waitresses spitting in their food. But it literally blew my mind that the people were doing this. And I'm not even joking when I say I have seen customers, they get angry because something was wrong, or they had to wait too long, or I don't know, something happened, and they'll get angry. And employees, my coworkers, will literally make them wait longer on purpose. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'll fix it. They'll walk away, go do something else, fix the other person's drink, or continue making drinks, forget about it for 10 minutes, then finally make it, just to make that customer suffer. I have seen this one too many times, girl. This has been my life. I think Starbucks as a company has a lot of good benefits to working there. Value. They have a lot of good in their company. I just think it is a lot of the employees who, and again, this isn't everybody. I'm gonna tell you some things that Starbucks definitely did not want me to share when I was working there though, so I don't work there anymore. You guys can't tell me what to do. I don't know if it was just my specific locations, but where I worked at Starbucks, we had rats. We had so bad rats that they would have to close down the Starbucks every now and then, and customers would get really suspicious. And the managers always told us, they said, don't tell any customers that there's rats, because Starbucks doesn't want to come off as, they don't want their reputation to be damaged because of a couple stores, or I don't know if this was anywhere else. These were my 2 stores. They would constantly close down because there were a lot of rat holes. I cannot even to begin to tell you that not only rats were at these locations, there were multiple times that I was making drinks and there'd be cockroaches everywhere. They'd be on the ground, there'd be some on the freaking counter. There were ants all over, where the frappuccinos were made. Where the Starbucks I worked at was not sanitary at all, and that is one of the main reasons I was disgusted to work there, honestly. I think in the back we found a total of 4 spiders just crawling around all of our food products, and I I don't think those Starbucks should be still in standing health. I don't know what health code they passed, but I don't understand how that's still standing. But that was just mine. Again, I don't know. A lot of the people in my specific store, yeah, they didn't. I would see multiple times that my coworkers would be changing the trash, or they would have their hands deep in like some of the grossest things, and they would literally just go grab someone's food real quick because it was beeping in the oven and someone was waiting for their food, and it was like so gross. It was like so gross. And I can't even explain to you guys. I've been wanting to make this video for so long because it was like everything I saw, I was like, this is insane. This should not be allowed. What the fuck's going on? And this was my first experience working at Starbucks. So again, if I worked at like maybe a third store, I would have maybe a different experience. I don't understand, but I thought Starbucks had a good reputation and I thought it was a good place to work, but now I realize it's just not only stressful, it's a lot to handle, it's a big work schedule. Let me just tell you about my manager, okay? Honey, you can sit down for this one. Okay, the tea is about to spill. So, when you sign up for Starbucks, working there, whatever, I don't know, when you give them a schedule and you're like, these are the only hours I can work. Honey, those are optional for the managers. They're like, well, this is their guidelines. Okay, I am a college student. I go to online school. I have to have at least 4 or 3 days off a week. I wasn't even working full time. At least I didn't want to. My manager would schedule me without a day off and go weeks like that. And my manager would have more days off than me. And she would be like, I'm such a hard worker. I'm so glad I'm getting all this done. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, you are leaving all the work to us little people. I told her multiple times to change my schedule. She said no. I told her I'm transferring. She said no. But I was like, hey, well, then I'm quitting, because honestly, this is the worst experience I've had at a job in my entire life. I've had a lot of jobs, and I've had a lot of pros and cons, and it was like, oh, this was cool, but this was cooler. Honestly, it is not worth having free Starbucks. It is not worth having free Starbucks. I would rather pay to have Starbucks. I would rather pay to have someone make my Starbucks every day for the rest of my life than have to work at Starbucks. It is so horrible. It is so bad. It's not fun. It's not cool. Making coffee, being a barista is fun, let me tell you, because I was a barista before I worked at Starbucks. I was at like one of those low-key coffee shops where it was like cool music, cool people. It was like small, low-key. There was like comfy chairs everywhere, you know, for the like customers, and like everyone was so nice and it was fun. Enjoy your atmosphere, and it was amazing. Starbucks is stressful. Starbucks is fucking insane, especially working at a drive-thru one. The one I worked at, it is crazy, okay? You are constantly getting yelled at. Okay, I remember a time, and this is just one example. I remember a time me and my coworkers were stressed out. It was a Sunday, which means my manager didn't schedule enough people like she never does on Sundays, and there was barely anyone to cover each base. And we're all making drinks, we're all franticking, we're all running around like chickens with our head cut off, and my coworker accidentally, like literally knocks over like all the passion teas and like green teas and stuff, knocks it all over, and it goes all over the counter, and it's insane, and we're like, well shit, and it's like all over the ground. Like if we stepped anywhere, we were gonna slip, like fuck. And we were already deep down in drinks, so we're like, well shit. So we all stopped to go help clean up this freaking stuff so we don't slip and die. And this customer has the audacity to literally look us in the eyes and be like, why'd you put down my drink? I'm waiting for that, pick it back up. When he just got rang up and he sees the tea all over my coworker, he sees it all over the ground, he sees it dripping on the counter, and he looks at me with the straightest face and goes, but my drink though? My drink though? Yeah, like that sucks, but no, my drink? Bitch, what? I am not caring about your drink right now. I'm gonna clean up this mess. Like I cannot explain to you. Starbucks makes you so blunt. Starbucks makes you so just hard fucking core. I cannot tell you. Before I worked at Starbucks, my first weeks at Starbucks, I was that nice girl who was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Here's your drink again. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened. And like after a while, you realize how many customers make up shit. I mean, I feel bad for the people who actually get their drinks messed up, because I know I can tell you about like 9/10 of the people who complain about their drinks being messed up are just fucking liars, because I have made their drinks, literally watched everything I put in there, and they're like, you made it wrong. And I can just be like, no, I didn't. But I'm just gonna take it anyway, and I'm gonna remake it, and I'm gonna pretend like you're right. Because you know why? Because I don't wanna pick a fight with you. So I'm just gonna do that. 9/10 of the people that complain their drinks are made wrong are not even true. They're just liars.